Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be telling you some things I wish I knew in my first year at UBC and at UBC Engineering. We already filmed a shorter version of this video, so if you want to see that, you can check out our Instagram or our TikTok page at @stories. I'll be giving you a deeper run through of just some of the general things I wish I had known in my first year and just some advice I would give to anybody that's incoming to UBC. The first thing I would say is that you're gonna fit in and you're gonna find your place within engineering. Because engineering is such a broad and diverse program, there's so many different kinds of people within engineering, and there is a place for everybody to belong and feel like they belong as well. Before coming to UBC, I always had an idea of what I thought an engineering student was, and in my mind I didn't fit into this criteria. But coming to UBC and being in engineering, I've been able to see just how many different kinds of people are within this program and just how there is a spot for everybody within engineering. My next piece of advice would be that people are friendly and that people are trying to also make new friends. In my first year, I was a really introverted and shy person. I'm still quite introverted and shy, but I was worried that I would have a hard time making friends. I didn't know anybody at UBC Vancouver. A lot of people are coming to Vancouver for the first time or are just looking to make new friends in general. So what really helped me as well was just sparking up conversations with people beside me in class. It was really nerve-wracking, but just through doing that, I was able to make some really great friends, and just talking to people in my project groups, talking to people in my labs. People are really open, people are really friendly, and even though it might not initially seem that way, people might seem more closed off, a lot of people are trying to make new friends and are trying to also expand their own bubble. My next piece of advice would be to attend Jumpstart or Destination UBC. Attending an event where you can come to the campus earlier and get familiar with the campus and get to know people in your program and get to have the unique experience before starting school was really, really great. I did Jumpstart in my first year, which allowed me to meet so many different kinds of people, not just within engineering, but within UBC as a whole. Also find people that I was in the same STT as. And so we really bonded through first year engineering. We went through all our classes together and we went through all our struggles together and just were able to form a really great friendship. It was also really great because I was able to get comfortable and get settled without having the additional stress of school. Another thing I would say is that living on campus has a lot of great benefits. I've personally been on campus my entire time at UBC. I'm a domestic student, but I'm from outside of province, so I decided when I was coming to UBC to take the residence route. There's so many amenities that are close by on campus. You get all these things that are included, which I'll get into later on in the video, but being on campus is great because you're able to really form a community within your residence. And as well, just the location is so amazing. The nature is beautiful here. A lot of the places I've lived to have had amazing ocean views. It's been a really great time. If you can and if you have the means to, I would recommend living in residence. The next thing I wish I did more of in my first year was to get out and explore the city. While UBC itself, the campus can feel like its own town, its own city sometimes, I wish I had taken the time to explore Vancouver more and just to get out into the city. Both the Vancouver campus and the Okanagan campus are located in such beautiful and amazing areas. So I would say just making time to, while you can explore campus and explore things around the campus, wherever you have the time, try to get out into the actual city and see what it has to offer. A lot of people are only here for the university period. Within that time, try to get out and see what the city has to offer. Another thing I wish I did a lot more of in my first year was to talk to my professors and to attend their office hours. I spent so much time struggling on little tasks that would have just taken me a lot less time if I had just expressed what I was doing to my profs or talked to my TAs more. Just to clarify things, I would always try to figure things out on my own, and it ended up just wasting a lot more time than just asking a question. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's another big thing, because that's what your TAs are for, that's what your professors are for. They're trying to help you and trying to help you learn. Ask questions whenever anything's unclear, because it will save you a lot of time. Talk to upper year students. One person that really helped me in my first year was talking to my orientation leader from doing Jumpstart. They were really great because they were upper year engineering students as well, who gave me some great advice on things to keep aware of in my first year. They'll give you their own personal experience and account of how their own program is so that you can see if that's something you'd be interested in when it comes to second year placement. They're also just great people to talk to in general. If you're curious about co-op or internships or research or just a certain class you might be interested in, doing minors, anything like that, they can give you their own personal experience and account. so it becomes really helpful. A couple more general things as well to keep in mind. In university, the averages are generally lower. A lot of people coming into UBC or coming into engineering are some of the best and the brightest. UBC is ranked top school in Canada for engineering. So these are, you know, very intelligent people that are coming. A lot of people that are coming into engineering usually have a certain grade standard that they're used to getting. But coming to university is definitely a change. So, you know, if you feel like you're not performing like the way you used to, it's not always because of your own abilities, it's how the averages are. So, you know, what might be a bad mark to you might actually just be average. Talking to other people about that also helps. I found a really great community in talking to other students. When you realize that you're not alone in certain aspects, talking to people around you and, you know, opening up that conversation really helps foster a great community within engineering as well. When it comes to things like textbooks, I would say to, you know, hold off until your profs can tell you specifically what materials and what resources you need to get so that you're not spending money on things that you won't really need in the class. Seek out other external resources as well. Your professors will give you a really great materials and resources for the class, but sometimes I felt like I still needed extra explanation in certain areas. So seeking out different YouTube channels or, you know, different online blogs or websites that have additional great resources was a really great tool for me. Next thing I would say is don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. Getting your full rest and getting your REM cycle can be really beneficial when you're in periods of high stress. Another thing that I'm realizing people aren't fully aware of is just how many commodities are available to you on campus. There's a lot of things that come with being a UBC student. Something I love doing, visiting all the gardens. I love taking walks through the Tobe Garden or through the Botanical Garden. I go to the Rose Garden like every other day. It's just beautiful there. Other things like the museums, the art galleries on campus are all free to UBC students with your student card. So I would say just look up like a list of things that you can do on campus between classes, after classes, before classes. There's so many things to do. Places like the Chan Center, they have a lot of really great events there. Orchestras and operas and so many different events that are usually free or discounted for UBC students. So I would say look into that. And other amenities like the Aquatic Center, you can just drop in for a swim between classes if you'd like to. Going anywhere on campus, there's bound to be somewhere that you can explore and have a good time. Big thing I'm gonna say is to try to not get caught up in imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is something that you're gonna hear a lot about in your first year as well. They talk about it at length because it's something that a lot of students feel, especially in their first year, feeling like they don't belong here. I started doubting my abilities a lot in my first year because I felt guilty that I was in such a great institution, but I also felt like I was struggling in so many different ways and that I didn't have the intelligence to be here, that I wasn't good enough to be here. And just those feelings can really take a toll on you. So I would say just being aware and knowing that everybody deserves to be here and that there's a reason why you are here. Keep that in mind and know that you're supposed to be here. And with this too, I would say to not compare yourselves to other people, not just within engineering, but within UBC in general, and just as a general thing in life, because everybody is on their own unique path and their own unique journey at UBC. You never know what somebody else is going through. Be grounded in yourself, do things within your own abilities because you know yourself the best. People can also be afraid of being an engineering student or being labeled as an engineering student because to some people it's nerdy, to some people it's, I don't know, dorky, whatever, but people don't look down on engineering students in any way. Everybody at UBC is friendly and nice, and they're not gonna ridicule you because of what you're studying, because there's just so many unique things to be studying. And that's just some of the things I wish I knew in my first year at UBC Engineering. I really hope this video was helpful. And if you have any other questions about things that you're wondering about your first year at UBC or about being in engineering, please feel free to leave that in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer. Bye. Thanks for watching.